Hey guys, it's me, Junior again. Gonna be doing two videos. First video, I'm gonna do a 45-degree angle backing into the spot. Second one will be a 90-degree, which is you pull up straight and then you back it in to the spot. I'm out here in Terrell, Texas. I got a delivery, got to make over here in Walmart, about 4 miles from here. Got all this space. Figured, I'm by myself, why not go ahead and give it a try, or show you guys what it's about. Main thing you want to look at, first thing actually you want to look at is you want to look at your spot. You want to look at the spot, the two lines. How far is this truck over here, so you know how much clearance you have on the back side, on the passenger side of the trailer. And then you come over here to the driver's side and you see how close the truck is to your side, the driver's side line. And after inspecting the spot, which I always tell my students, always look at your spot first so you know what you're working with. Do you have any extra space in the back? It's hard to say when you'll need it, when you won't need it, but most of the times I train them to where they don't need the space. They keep it close to the driver's side line. They're good. And another thing is get out and look. Get out and look. There's nothing wrong with getting out and look. And for the CDL exam, you get 2 get out and looks. A third get out and look, it's an auto fail. So I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate that for you guys. I'm gonna set up the camera on the front of the truck so you can try to see the whole view from the front of the truck to the back. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna park next to that guy, just so you guys have a reference point. Or actually, no, I'm just gonna do it here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab me a Gatorade bottle, and I'm gonna set it over here somewhere. Matter of fact, let me go grab that now. I got a couple things that I've used with my students. So. These little cone things, I bought it. It's supposed to be for soccer, but I bought them just for times like this. So this one's got pretty good solid yellow lines. Yeah, we'll use this spot right here. So I'm gonna set the cone to where I think the truck would be, as far as the front part of the truck would be compared to the lines. So, if you imagine yourself, there's a truck right here, this would be the front of the truck, just to give you an idea. That's the line. That's my truck. Anytime you set up for a backing, always try to get as straight as possible, straight as you can. Truck and trailer straight. So whenever you come over here to your spot, anytime you set up, you always want to set up with the drives. As soon as the drives hit the middle of the spot, you start setting up for your backing. And that's on a 45. If you're gonna do a 90 degree, which just you're gonna pull up straight and then you're gonna cut it in. So I'm gonna show you guys the 45 first and what I do. All right, let me plug this up. Actually, let me see. I'm trying to figure out where would be a good spot to put it at. You know, because I want you guys to get the best view. We'll say up here. All right. All right, guys. I'm gonna show you guys where you want to start setting up. And the one thing you have to remember, you have to anticipate everything you do out here. All right, so this is where you want to start setting up. Right here. You see where the drives are on that line? I know I said that you want them in the middle, but before the wheels start to turn on the truck's still going to be moving. So by the time the wheels begin to turn, the drives are going to be in the middle where you really want them. All right. Anytime you end up, you always want to end up where the truck is almost straight, but the trailer's still at an angle. And the back of the trailer is pointing to the spot you were going to, or you wanting to go to. Right now I'm in the 8th hole. I'll explain a little bit more about that. I usually tell my students, go past the spot you're going. So if you're going into that spot, you want to go like up to the first spot, you know, don't go past that, because then it's just more, you have to bring the truck back. I'm not saying it can't be done, you know, it's just with the students it's a little harder. But so right now I'm gonna bring it back. Now when I bring it back, I'm gonna keep coming. I'm not gonna turn the wheel yet, because I want to see which way the trailer is going, which way it's coming, and then I'll start to turn the wheel. So I'm gonna stand inside the box where I'm gonna be backing into, so you can see what it's like from in here. So you see, all right, so I'm gonna start backing it up, and then I'm gonna show you guys as far as the wheel turning and stuff. gonna go look in the back to make sure that I'm good, because I really need the back to come this way towards us. All right, so this is where I'm at right now. So if we pretend that we have a truck over here, you know, of course the flaps would be in the way. You know, I would close those. After I get out and look, I would close them out, because I'm at a point right now where I'm pushing the back inward. So I got my wheels turned to the right, trying to get the back of the trailer in the box. After I get the back of the trailer where I want it, then I'm gonna start pushing the front over to straighten it out. All right, so this is what it looks like right now. You know, the trailer tails would be in the way right now, but I would close them out, you know. So let me go ahead and finish it out so you guys can see, and then you can see the wheels. I'm just gonna kick it a little bit more to the inside, and then I'm gonna start to get under it, which means I'm gonna start pushing the front over. All right, so I'm gonna anticipate it. Just before I want the back where I want it, just before I have the back where I want it, I'm gonna anticipate it, and I'm gonna get under it and start kicking the front over. At this point, you want to get out and look again, because if you see, look where I'm at. All right, now my phone fell out over there. That's fine. All right, so I'm coming up. This is where my trailer's at, the other truck. You know, I got that much space. All right, anytime you see that the trailer, the back is starting to come in this way, the front is gonna go that way. Anytime that happens, you don't wanna go too far. You don't wanna let it happen too much, is what I'm trying to say, because you have to worry about the front over here. So, if you go in, if the back goes in that way more, the front is going to come out this way more, and that means that you're prone to hit the front of the truck over here if there were to be one. All right, so you know, my cone, little cap fell. All right, so at this point, what you really want to do is you want to pull up. When you pull up, you want to stop. As soon as you see the problem, stop. And you're going to turn the wheels to the right and try to get under it. When I try to get under, it means you and the trailer get straight. If not, because we're limited on space over here, you're only going to be able to go to the right and come up to maybe over here to fix the problem. All right, anytime you pull up, remember, anytime you pull up, you always want to brake the plane. You never want to pull up the same way you backed up. because all you're doing is going back and forth, back and forth. And if you're doing a test or whatever, you're gonna point out. And if you're at the truck stop, you may be at a point where you're stuck, where you have to reset it up again. So at this point, I'm gonna turn my wheels to the right to start to get under, and then I'm gonna pull straight to brake the plane. So that's all I can do now because of the space that I have in the front, all right? All right, at this point, do you see where I'm at? The trailer is still at a slight angle, but if you look over here, I don't really want to go up any further. You know, I'm just pretending there's a truck there. All right, so if we see that the trailer, we got the back trailer tires where we want them. You can see the line. Now what we have to do is push the front over. Well, if we keep backing up now, we know that the front is gonna start moving to the right, which is the passenger side, or keep coming our way. So right now, you want to start to get under it. This is the point where you want to start to get under it. So whenever you have the trailer in the box, you and the trailer are perfectly straight under it. All right? At this point, you have the truck and trailer in the box. That's what we wanted. We're away from the truck. We have all this space over here. All right. So to shift it over, you want to go to the right. If we're going to shift it over to the passenger side, you want to start pulling up by going to the passenger side, which if you're inside the truck would be to your right. You're going to pull the trailer tires where you want them, and then you're going to go back to the left to straighten the trailer out, and then you're going to come back to the right to the passenger side for you and the trailer to be straight. So all you have to do is the straight line backing. So at this particular point, we're gonna go to the right, to the left, back to the right. It's a three-step process that I show my students. First right is to move the trailer. First left is to straighten the trailer out. Second right is for you and the trailer to get straight. And in this instance, because we're going to the driver's side, it'll be the right when you're inside the truck. I didn't go up any further because, again, I'm pretending there's a truck up here. I could have gone a little bit further up. All right, so now let's look at the back. We got the back where we want it. We're not straight, obviously, you know. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start backing up. You need backing? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So at this point, we got the back where we want it. So all we got to do is straighten the front out. As you can see. So anytime you back up, anytime you do anything, small moves equals small corrections. If you hold the wheel too long, it won't be no need for you to go to the gym. You come out so pumped up and your arms swollen from all that turning you're gonna be doing, pulling the steering wheel, it ain't even gonna be funny, man. You're gonna kill yourself is what I'm getting to. So small moves, small corrections, all right? All right, at this point, we got it almost centered, which is what we want. You never want to be off to one side nor the other because you don't want to give people a reason to hit you. And so if you're leaning, you know, towards one line, somebody hits you, what are they going to say? You're on the line, you're not parked right, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to give people a reason to hit you and not be liable for it, all right? So there's no reason somebody can't come in and back up over here with this space. You know, there's spots that are a lot tighter than this. And, you know, we could have gone back a little bit more. Well, you know, like I said, get out and look. You know, when you're out here by yourself, there's nothing wrong with get out and look, man. Somebody tells you can't get out and look or, oh, you know, whatever it is, you just blow them off, man, because you're here for you. You're here to do you. Nobody's gonna do you, man. Nobody but yourself. All right, so don't worry about these guys. Oh, they were born with it. You know what I mean? A lot of these people tell you they're born with it. I don't know how they're born with it, but I had to learn myself. You know, and I'm out here teaching you and showing you guys what you need to do. So we could have backed up a little bit more. That's fine. You know, like again, I said, you know, you come back and check your trailer tails. See the space we got over here? We're pretty good. You know, so again, there is nothing wrong with getting out and look. Get out and look as much as you can, as much as you want. You know, on the test, obviously you can't get out and look as much as you want, but so this is where we at right here. You know, didn't get it in one shot. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You know, I don't expect to sit here and make a video and go in the first shot, because if it happens, it happens. Good thing it didn't, because I was able to show you other things that you need to do whenever you get into the bind. A lot of people, a lot of students like to get it in first shot. Hey, that's good. But if you don't know how to correct yourself, you know, that's a big part of backing. You know, where you need to back in and know how to correct where you messed up. Because if you don't know how to correct where you messed up, if you don't back it in the first shot, then that's it, you're done. So nah, you need to be able to correct where you messed up and stuff. So like I said, this is the 45. Yeah, my main thing is when the drive, just before the drives hit the middle of the spot you want to go to, you start setting up for it. So whenever you start setting up for it, the drives will already be in the middle. So it's called anticipation. That's one big thing you have to do out here, anticipate. So you come out here, you go to the right, and then you come back to the left. When you come back to the left, that's where you want to look at the back of your trailer to see where it's at. And if you have to go a little further, you go a little further. But the main thing you want to do is you don't want to go too far past your spot, and you don't want to have the back of the trailer in the middle of the spot, because that's not a good setup. And always, always, always stay to the middle of any space you're working with. If you're gonna set it up, always stay to the middle. All right, so if you can see back here, we kind of stayed in the middle. All right, try to stay in the middle. If you stay to the right too far, whenever you go to swing out, the truck's gonna hit, so you have to reset it up again. All right, so yeah, you know, I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys learn something from it. I hope you guys share it, comment, ask me questions. You know, I'm up for anything, questions, whatever. If there's something, you know, that you see, you know, I didn't explain, just ask me and I'll be more than glad to explain it.